This is 7 National News, and in our top story, the UAE Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, visited the polling station of the Federal and National Council elections today, which marks the first day of voting. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed visited the centre at the Dubai World Trade Centre together with His Excellency Abdul Rahman Al Awais, who is the UAE Minister of Health, along with other senior officials. The ruler of Dubai interacted with the candidates and expressed his support for their decision to represent their communities. Voting for the FNC elections is underway, with Emiratis flocking to around 36 polling stations across the country. 11 are in the Emirate of Abu Dhabi, 6 in Dubai, 7 over in Sharjah, 2 each in Ajman and Al Quwain, 5 in Ras Al Khaimah and 3 in Fujairah. This year's election has also witnessed a 66% increase in the number of members for the Electoral College, with a total of 224,279 voters to elect 20 representatives for the 40-member FNC. As per the final list, there are a total of 330 candidates, 74 of which are women. Preliminary results of the elections are expected towards the end of the day. However, the National Election Committee will announce the final list of winners on the 11th of October. Commenting on the elections today, the candidates were delighted with the quick and efficient voting process, adding that it is a national duty for all to cast their votes and elect their representative.
I feel I have something to return. That's why I try to be one of the candidates, because we have a lot of things since we was child until we grow up. How we are now is because of UAE, what they give us, and so we have to. I felt when I said, why not I go as a candidate, because I have my experience, my abilities, and as I am a writer, I can feel the people what they need.
They put the new counters for easy voting. Before it was little hard and it's long, now it's short. Before maybe 5 minutes, 6 minutes we are finishing, because we start waiting, standing, doing these things. Now just they make it activate for our card, ID card. Directly we go inside, just voting and going. We finish this process maybe 1.5 minutes. And we are happy, very, very happy about this situation now.
This is something new in our country, and our government, they are pushing for also to new generation to learn about all this thing, because this system is to help the government and the public to improve so many things in our country. And I think it's going very well, and I visit so many countries. I saw when they are making the vote and this one, but really I saw here in our country something that is very, very high quality and professional.
His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the ruler's representative in the Western region, who's also the president of the Red Crescent Authority, has given orders to provide aid and suitable housing to families affected by a fire which erupted in a residential tower located on King Faisal Road over in Sharjah. The affected families will live in temporary houses provided by the Emirates Red Crescent until their damaged homes are fully restored. As a part of its response to His Highness Sheikh Hamdan's orders, it's been reported that the Red Crescent is currently working to meet the basic needs of the affected residents of the tower. A massive fire erupted at the 32-storey building around 1:37 p.m. on Thursday, and up to 250 families were evacuated. The fire was then brought under control 2 hours after the civil defence received the first fire alert. Her Highness Sheikha Jawahar bint Mohammed Al Kazmi, the wife of the ruler of Sharjah and founder and royal patron of the Friends of Cancer Patients Society, has praised a cabinet decision to allocate 54 million dirhams to free early detection of cancer, as well as regular screenings for Emiratis. Her Highness Sheikha Jawahar is also the international ambassador of the World Cancer Declaration for the Union of International Cancer Control and for childhood cancer for UICC. She highlighted the importance of cancer prevention programs and was quoted as saying that they have great confidence that both initiatives of regular checkups and early detection of cancer will contribute significantly to raising public awareness about the importance of early detection and will also boost efforts aimed at offering free screenings across the UAE throughout the year. In an attempt to combat hepatitis C in the UAE, the Emirates Gastroenterology and Hepatology Society has launched a nationwide testing campaign across the country in coordination with the UAE Ministry of Health. The campaign, supported by the Dubai Health Authority, Alam wa Amal and the Patients' Friends Committee, had a soft launch in September this year. Hepatitis C is an infection caused by a virus that attacks the liver and leads to inflammation. Most people infected with the hepatitis C virus, HCV, have no symptoms at all. In fact, most people don't know that they have the infection until liver damage shows up decades later during routine medical tests. Dr. Mariam Al-Khatri, the president of the Emirates Gastroenterology Society and Emirates Medical Association, stressed the importance of combating hepatitis C, which spreads through blood. He stated that the campaign is essential due to the alarming spread of hepatitis C across the world. According to a recent study, around 80% of hepatitis C patients live symptom-free for years without knowing they are infected. The report said that 130 to 150 million people globally have chronic hepatitis C infection, with 350,000 to 500,000 people dying every year. The EGHS campaign discusses issues like blood transfusions and organ transplants, hemodialysis, tattoos or body piercings, sharing items like razors, nail clippers, scissors and toothbrushes, contact with blood at the workplace, and whether a person is a healthcare worker, police officer or firefighter. If any of these issues are present, a blood test to determine the presence of hepatitis C is recommended. The latest figures released by the Abu Dhabi police reveal that since the start of the year, there were 30 deaths on the Emirates roads, as compared with over 40 over the same period last year. The data shows that accidents on the Emirates roads have fallen by a quarter over the first 8 months of the year, which officials attribute to a number of traffic campaigns, along with strict law enforcement by police. Brigadier General Khalifa Al-Khaili, the head of traffic and road safety at Abu Dhabi Police, said that increased road monitoring aimed at limiting run-over accidents has resulted in 9,461 actions against drivers who failed to give priority to pedestrians at specified locations. He added that there were 271 violations for not stopping at pedestrian crossings and 38,522 to pedestrians for crossing at unspecified locations. He said that the main causes of run-over accidents were failure to give way to pedestrians, neglect, distractions, reversing without ensuring the road was clear, as well as excessive speeding. The Emirates Giving Initiative has launched an international campaign for the elderly titled Raya or Care. The Emirati Volunteer Initiative will give the best possible therapy and precautionary health screenings for the elderly, both locally and internationally. It was reported that the campaign will be carried out under the supervision of a number of doctors and surgeons from hospitals like the Saudi German and will complement other initiatives of the Zayed Giving, which has touched the lives of millions of people around the world since 2002 through free treatment for more than 3 million people, as well as conducting over 8,000 surgeries for those in need. And finally, looking to other news now, Studio 8, in conjunction with Jaipur Gems, hosted an exclusive fashion show with international designer Manish Malhotra in Dubai on Thursday evening. Celebrating 25 years in the fashion industry, Malhotra unveiled his latest collection, straight from Lakme India Fashion Week. Manish Malhotra and Studio 8 customers were treated to 2 collections: The Empress Story and The Gentleman's Club in Dubai, with Arjun Kapoor walking the runway for the designer during the show.
It's been quite a very big year for us. It's 10 years to my label and 25 years to me as a costume designer. And now that we are taking steps ahead for next year, opening a big store in London as well as one more store in Dubai, we're changing a collection. It's been a little more modern. And so we've done a lot of gowns for women, a lot of suits for men. And so 2 collections, that's the Empress Story at Couture Week in Delhi and the Lakme Fashion Week collection called The Gentleman's Club, which was my first menswear show. So they both got a fabulous reaction, a part of the collections I'm showing here tonight. And I think every success or every journey of design or achievement, I like to share it with my friends in Dubai, the people of Dubai, who've been always very supportive to me and my work. Well, I think Indian textile, Indian fabric, Indian embroidery, Indian weaves is really, I mean, they've always been worldwide famous. But I think it's time when now designers should take a lot of Indian work and take it all over the world. And I also think that, the last 2 years, as the world's gone so much more closer, that there's a lot of global influence, you know. And I see my work changing, I see my mindset changing. And I think the next 2 years are going to be very crucial for Indian fashion. You're going to see a lot of global influence. And it's going to be a really, I think, many steps ahead.
I've known Manish for many years. And being an actor, I guess it creates a nice give and take between a fashion designer and an actor when you can share working on a film, and vice versa, walking the ramp sometimes for a designer that you connect with and relate to. So yeah, this is the first time I'm walking the ramp outside the country, so that's new for me. But I have walked the ramp for one of my dearest friends earlier. But it's always fun to come out and be part of the ever-evolving fashion scene, and who better than Manish to do it for.
Classically designed and finely crafted, the House of Jaipur Gems has been nurtured by generations of craftsmen for over 700 years. And the show boasted limited edition designs embellished with precious stones.
What distinguishes Jaipur Gems from other brands is that it's actually a traditional Indian jewelry brand that has a lot of heritage. It's about a few generations old. Their jewelry used to cater to Maharajas, and they've carried that on until today. However, they've managed to modernize it and make it very wearable for the modern young woman.